So, this is the last video I'm gonna make, probably, addressing people that don't wanna, accept the truth. Because it's a waste of time, especially at this point. Like, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, energy. I'm not about to do no more. But, I said something recently, and it hit me. But, like, after thinking about it again, it's really sad. Like, it's really sad. Especially when you break it down to how simple of a sentence it is. But shout out to the Van Cootens, shout out to Jakara, because they was part of the the conversation. But we was all talking about what was going on in the world and shit. And I was like, the part that bothers me the most about everything when it comes to the ignorance is, name a time, one time, and I could be wrong, I don't know, but that this many people were crying out in whatever way, protesting, speaking out on social media, in whatever way you say, rioting, all that shit, right? Celebrities, this and that, everything. People in countries not even from here. People in countries all over the place, right? Global movement, to a degree. Name a single time that happened. People crying out for injustices that were happening to black people in America, and they were wrong. Like, name a single time. Slavery, segregation, Jim Crow laws, you can go on and on. Big movements, boycotting using the bus, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, civil rights movement, whatever in history, big movement you want to look at. Highlighting injustices that were happening to the black people in America. And they weren't true. Name one time. But because now it's not segregation, right? It's police brutality, where you can't deny segregation. There's you go to Warner Fountain, it says white people and it says colored. How do you deny what is that? Do we not have a new definition for white and colored? Like, you know exactly what that is. So because it's not that blatant, unless it's a video that we come across like George Floyd, right? Where you cannot deny what you're seeing. Because we have videos in the past, Eric Garner. Videos on videos and videos on videos. But they weren't this blatant. So people kept running from the truth, right? But that's the sentence that bothers me so much. Is name a single time that it wasn't true. And it's not even just black people. There are white people in the streets, Hispanic people of all different colors in the streets saying that this is true. And yet, there's a huge portion of America, of all colors, of all backgrounds, of all races, denying that this is true, right? You got, I don't even remember the guy's name in Trump's administration, but he didn't even believe what he said. Like, do you believe there's systemic racism still in the United States? That's what the report asked him. And he goes, no, I do not believe. Yeah, like, he don't even believe what he's saying. But there are people who do believe that, right? This is the Ben Shapiro's of the world. Do I believe there's systemic racism in our law enforcement? No, because the statistics do not support it. Well, let me tell you something, Ben, about statistics that you love to base every single one of your ideals off of. They're all skewed. There's not a single statistic in this world that isn't skewed. Because there is not a single statistic in this world that encounters or takes in or applies all variables. There's no way to do it. That's why they have percent error. They have percentage of uncertainty in every statistic. there's always those calculations because they're done by humans. Humans have agendas. Humans have motives. Humans have beliefs. So if you think those things aren't going to creep into a statistic, what are you making a statistic for? To prove a point. So, yeah, you're going to find statistics that are going to prove that police brutality doesn't exist and mass incarceration isn't really a thing. And you're going to have statistics that prove they are. Because it's all about what you use in those statistics. So, miss me with statistics. I'm not trying to hear that. Because it's the truth. Statistics are not truth. But we believe they're truth because they show patterns. But patterns are they're all up to interpretation. But the issue is, you got an issue with my interpretation. And I got an issue with your interpretation. But if you look back in history, whose interpretation was really right? Most of the time. Right? Which one? Whose? Whose interpretation of what really America looked like was right? That's a statistic for you. Look that one up.